I would say in most cases that's the case with security. It's just having someone with security attire helps for the most part.
It's like a lifeguard, lifeguard attire. You need
That's-
lifeguards
I
are
would say
just there for
that's
visibility.
I would say that's the opposite, actually.
Oh, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
I like someone's. We could write this one. Someone's like drowning, and the lifeguard is like, "I'm just here as more of a deterrent to drowning." Like,
It's like the security at Woodstock 99.
I was trapped in a porta potty.
Security Woodstock 99. No.
I just watched the Netflix documentary about it. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't even know they had a Woodstock like in the 90s. I thought it was an old thing.
Which one was it? The one on HBO or?
Oh,
Netflix?
it was the Netflix one. Yeah.
They both pretty much come to the same conclusion that it was a bad time.
How many people died in 99?
I don't know. They didn't talk about the deaths in the Netflix documentary, but I think there were some, right?
I think so, yeah, because they were just on like this big like piece of pavement, right?
Yeah, they were in an army base, an old army base.
No shade, no air cover, no water. Like just.
Well, fucking Yasgur himself sold out from the fucking 60s. That piece of shit.
How many people died at the original Woodstock?
0 people.
Yeah, the
so
original one was
think.
like good. It was like very successful.
So that's the only way that 99 Woodstock topped original Woodstock was death rate.
They had more fires, and in Woodstock '69, they Limp Bizkit played a much shorter set.
Yeah.
Okay.
God has gone on vacation. God's been gone for so long. God has gone on vacation. Will he be coming back? Will he be coming back? Will he be coming back? Will he be coming back?
Welcome to the Big Hollywood Table Read. This is the only podcast that any of us have heard of where people cold read sketches they have never seen before. That's right, my friends and family who ask me if that's true. People are actually reading sketches they have never seen before on this program. And as always, I'm your host, Tom, and with me as always is my co-host, Caitlin. Say hi, Caitlin.
Hello.
And I'm currently cowering in fear of Hollywood titan of industry and human suffering, John Farrell. How you doing, John?
Good. Beautiful day in Hollywood, Massachusetts.
And you're about to ruin some lives, right?
About to ruin some lives, ruin some real estate.
And with us is a returning guest, Hal Griffin. How you doing, Hal?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing fantastic. Thanks so much for coming back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I can't believe you agreed to it after John's last tirade. I mean, I know it got
Sorry.
pretty ugly on set last time we had you on. John his blood sugar was low, so he was just kind of like out of control,
I thought it was weird that you repeated Christian Bale's on-set rant word for word at me.
in the British accent.
Well, I had to do something that day. I can't just sit in the office all
I didn't
day.
even walk across it. We weren't on set. Like we were in a boardroom. You start screaming at me like we were on set. It was weird. But,
Well, I went to Yale. I majored in yelling, so.
Oh my God. I majored in yelling.
That is a class that I was born to teach. I wish that was a core competency in the workforce.
Truly, yeah.
I'd be the most advanced.
You'd be at the forefront of yelling scholarship.
That's true. Yeah. I'd be published, and they'd be like, "What?" And I'd be like, "In the air." You can just hear my work if you go outside. Let's do the first sketch. Let's jump in. Very excited for today's batch. I think we got some real cinematic explorations of the human condition. This first one is called Message in a Bottle. It's our first sketch.
Open. Sorry.
No.
There we go.
I think, so let's go with Caitlin, you play Ian. Hal, you play Sam. And John, you play Paul.
Mm-hmm.
A message in a bottle, the email of its time. On the great ocean, a group of fishermen pretending to be oceanic explorers become the bottle's recipients, and their lives are never the same.
Man, we can't even find a minnow.
Yeah, I know. When we're in the Marina Minnow bypass.
No, we aren't. We're on a major ocean highway.
Another crew member, Paul, runs through the ship's outdoor living room with a bottle.
We got something big. It's a message in a bottle.
All right, good find. I have a soda on board. Let's pour my Coca-Cola into that bottle.
We can't do that. There's a letter inside.
Letters are the ice cubes of our time, and baby, it's time for a Coke.
Just throw it overboard.
No way. This could be rare.
It could be rare, but that's just a possibility. We know that Coca-Cola will be delicious. So pour it on that letter, you son of a bitch.
No one is going to try it. The combination of flavors is not for this world. Send that idea to Davy Jones's Locker's email.
Come on. It's not every day you find a message in a bottle.
Yes, you do. Every single goddamn day.
I really have to stop looking at that map and start looking for those bottles.
No, we need to throw that message in a bottle overboard and each do our daily game of solitaire. I've done mine. How about all of you?
We only have one deck of cards, and Ian has it.
I'm working on my game, but solitaire's super boring.
Shut up. Also, we have... Take two. Shut up. Also, we have a computer installed on board that only does solitaire... Also, we have a computer... Take three. Shut up. Also, we have a computer installed on board that only does solitaire. Also Minesweeper.
My solitaire days are over. With this message in this bottle, I will be inducted into the Buried Treasure Hall of Fame.
It's a small hall, and they aren't looking for messages in a bottle anymore.
Well, they haven't met me yet, and I bet they would be happy to have me. I'm really good at being a member of things.
Just do me this one favor. Put that thing in the trash.
Give me one good reason.
Sam sits in his boat chair and takes a long pull on his pipe-shaped vape. It's embroidered with his name, which is kind of tacky, but it was a gift. Anyway, he blows a huge cloud and starts a deep, meaningful seafaring story.
I was just like you, itching to be first ballot Hall of Famer in the Buried Treasure Hall of Fame. You couldn't take me to Seattle fast enough.
Why Seattle?
It's the Cooperstown of buried treasure.
So, what happens?
I learned that the message in the bottle was the telephone of its day. When the message in a bottle climbed Communication Mountain, prank messages were everywhere. People wrote like, "Is your refrigerator running? You better go catch it."
Whoa, that's fucked up. Things were so crazy back then.
You're telling me the refrigerator hadn't even been invented yet.
Is that what happened to you?
Yeah, I got a message in a bottle. Thought for sure it was a map to Atlantis. Instead, some kid told me that my butt farted, and the fart smelled so bad everyone died.
That doesn't make any sense.
I think the kid that sent it was 6 years old.
That makes more sense.
Instead, let's enjoy a damn fine Coca-Cola.
Sam opens the Coca-Cola and it explodes everywhere. They all get covered in soda.
Ah, fuck, shit, I'm all sticky.
Jesus Christ. Fuck.
Sorry.
Fiend scene.
Nice. I'm all sticky. That is the worst feeling ever. When I was a kid, my sister, she was like not super mean as a kid, but like the things that she did do were really maniacal and like they get in your head, you know, it was like mental warfare. And one time she like
Just to be clear, that sounds mean. Keep going.
okay, but anyways, so like when I so one time we were at like church, and in front of everybody she poured like a giant cup of lemonade on my head. And it was like, at first it was like, okay, whatever. But I was just like sticky everywhere, and it felt like torture.
Mm-hmm. Sticky in the eyes of the Lord. Yeah, that's not that's a tough way to be.
No, it was not good.
Once, I still feel bad about this. We weren't allowed to have soda as kids, but my mom would like pound sodas like nobody's business. And sometimes she would leave an unopened one in the fridge, and we'd like attack it. And my mom had like an empty soda bottle once, and I poured like water into it, and then I used food coloring to like recreate the color of soda, and I like made it I made it like halfway empty, and then I told my brother like, "Mom left an open bottle of soda in the fridge, go get it." And then he drank it, and he's like started chugging it before I could finish it, and then he was like like so
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that's like good. That's good sibling kind of pranking.
Yeah, that's a nice prank.
Dumping a lemonade over someone who's far from a shower. Like, just how many miles am I from the shower if you dump a fucking lemonade all over my head?
Yeah, one time I was in my room, and she had like a pretty thick wad of paper towels that she had wet completely. And she just threw it at me and hit me in the face. And it didn't even like hurt, but just having the wet paper towel just smacked me in the face. It just made me so mad, like uncontrollable rage, that I went back upstairs and she just like sat with my parents, so like thinking I wouldn't do anything, and I just threw a Gatorade at her. And my parents was like, "Whoa!" They're like, "What's happening here?" And I was like, "She threw a wet paper towel at me." And my dad was like, "Well, Gatorade's very different from that." Like, and I was like, "You don't understand. It gets in your head."
Now, Caitlin, you can't be throwing all those electrolytes at your sister. my sister and I fought like cats and dogs. This wasn't even a fight, though. It was one time we were living in our grandparents' place at the time. We were running around the basement, and I vividly remember because I was in the most trouble of my life. We were so little. My sister grabbed a full thing of detergent and just went, "Have some whisk," and just thrust it at me, and the cap came flying off, and so I was covered head to toe in detergent. The floor was covered in detergent, but then the problem was we had 2 hours to try to clean it up, so that by the time my mom got home, the whole downstairs was just like a Rugrats style, like 6 foot tall sud.
Oh,
like
nice.
we're just inside of like a foam party, just like, "No, we're cleaning it. It's fine. We just dumped water all over the detergent."
Me and my sister did that on a hockey table, like air hockey table. So like we were like trying to clean it. And so we sprayed soap on it and then turned it on and started blowing bubbles. So the bubbles were just piling up. Like they were like up to like our waist, and they were like, "This actually looks pretty fun." So we got up and we were just like dancing in the bubbles. And then my mom just walked in on us and we were just like turned. And we were like just in a bunch of bubbles on an air hockey table. She was like, "I don't even know."
There's that feeling when your parents see you and you're a little kid and you're like, you realize I'm having too much fun. This must be
Yeah.
this must be against the rules.
Yeah, we had a lot of shenanigans like that. I also, when I was a kid, I had to do this treatment for my CF, and it was like this big, you probably know what it is, like this like giant fucking machine, and you connect these like tubes, and the tubes connect to like a vest, and it blows up the vest, and it shakes you to like loosen up mucus.
No, I've never heard of that.
It's
My
very
brother
like
had one.
specific. Like
Oh.
it's just a CF thing.
A
So.
lot of cystic fibrosis, it seems like they're training to be a fighter pilot.
Yeah. But yeah, so I had this machine, and my mom would be like, "Go upstairs and do your treatment."
Okay.
And she started to get suspicious because she would say that, and I'd be like, "Okay," and I would run upstairs like super happy, and my sister would follow me. And she found out that we had started taking the tubes and we're fighting with the tubes. So they're like these like super bendy tubes, and we were just like whacking each other with it. So she like came upstairs and we had like welts all over her, but like bruises.
Let's do another sketch.
She can't prove that didn't help your cystic fibrosis.
That's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
Like,
And I'm doing great now, so
Yeah.
maybe it did. you know.
Absolutely. You just got to just have sword fights with your sister.
You got hit in the lungs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get whacked and get whipped.
like, did she not hear you whipping each other?
I guess not.
Because that machine's loud, if I remember correctly.
She just thought that's
it
what the
wasn't
machine
the
sounded
machine's loud, but we just were using the
Yeah.
tubes to like hit each other.
like. Science, medical science.
Well,
It is. We used to put my cousins on it too, and just like turn it all the way up, and they'd be like, "Ah!" Like they're on a roller coaster.
And they don't have cystic fibrosis, but now something
anymore.
else is wrong with them. Now they have some other problem. Let's do tennis interview. Okay, yeah, this is a fun one. John, you be interviewer. Caitlin, you play player 2, and Hal, you play player 1.
can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Sure.
How do you pronounce the last name of that?
Oh yeah, I gave you a really tough one. Spud Monstrone.
Monstrone.
I
I don't
guess.
even want to tell you what I thought that was. I thought it was Monster One.
Take
in
it-
my house.
That's what I would have said,
Make
honestly. so.
choices.
Monstrone.
We're making
Monstrone.
choices. Do whatever you want. Okay. We're in a tastefully lit television studio doing a chat talk show with camera rolling and an interviewer, a robot-brained moron, and 2 tennis players.
Spud Monstrone. You face more Grand Slam champions than anyone alive. Do you feel that rarefied air? That sense of being in your own class?
In tennis, the only opponent is oneself.
So you don't think it really affects you?
Well, I'm not one to easily be shaken.
That's true. I was there when you guys played 5 sets in 6 hours?
It felt like 6 years.
The two share a hearty laugh at his Swedish candor, which has a favorable exchange rate on the world market, until player 2 jumps in. He's a real psycho, just an absolute lunatic.
Disagree. Hard pass. The only opponent in tennis is that tiny, fuzzy piece of shit.
Sorry. Who are you talking about?
He's talking about the ball.
Interesting. Topher Maine. You see the ball as your opponent?
Oh, I hate that green bitch with every fiber of my being. Just thinking about it makes me so goddamn mad.
Player 1 tries to redirect, appealing to publicists and producers who are off screen.
Hey, can we get off the topic of him and the ball before he has a huge meltdown?
I imagine that hitting the ball causes it pain.
Fascinating. Can you explain that? How's that manifest in your approach?
By visualizing the ball suffering as much as possible, I hear it scream every time I hit it.
Unbelievable every time.
Every single time, howling in agony in my mind.
What an incredible topic to explore.
Player 1, meanwhile, seems really annoyed at the attention player 2 is getting with the weird speeches. He throws a sarcastic barb at his thick-headed competitor.
Such an endlessly interesting philosophy. Is that how you came in 50th at the Open?
It was that sphere of rubber smug in its cage of felt. It betrayed me.
Okay, now he's blaming the ball for losing. Are you going to just let this guy hijack the whole interview?
Yeah, probably. I'm having a great time. Do you want a glass of water or anything?
No, it's fine. You guys know I'm number 2 in the world, right? No, you know what? It's fine. It's fine.
Great. I'm glad it's fine. So, Topher, where do you develop this mental strategy?
My brain mostly.
Are you guys fucking kidding me? This guy is an absolute freak, and he's barely a qualifier. Why are we in the same interview?
Topher got famous after last year's incident.
What, when he bit an umpire?
The umpire was between me and my true rival, that damn spinning menace that...
We know your whole thing with the fucking ball.
But maybe our audience doesn't. Back to Topher. Do you dream of killing the ball? Or exclusively a waking ambition?
Hey, I'm sorry, but I got a bill on this interview. If you're going to make me sit through this fucking nonsense...
Okay, sounds good.
Player 1 stands to leave, removing his lav mic, while player 2 delivers an eviscerating Golden Globe nominee-level monologue.
You know I pity you. With your sports cars, $1,000 haircuts, and special appliances. Out there you're free. The world bends in your direction. But on that court, between those lines, you're another pair of legs. No better than me or anyone.
I beat you in straight sets every time we've ever played.
That's true, he has.
That means I am literally better than you out there between those lines.
But you don't play with the purity of the soul or a stillness of the mind.
Because I should be trying to kill the ball?
You have to play for something. Otherwise, all you have are several mansions and a supermodel fiance who loves you very much. And what good is that?
That's a lot of good.
Yeah, like tons of good. It's a good life.
Really? Or is that just something you've been trained to say?
No, man, it's great. That's what it's like. The life people most want.
Player 2 suddenly realizes what a horrible mistake they've made.
Oh, shit! You're right! Oh, fuck! My whole life has been for nothing! My body and mind are ruined! Why did I waste all my time with all this hatred and violence?
I think it might be a sexual thing.
Ah, fuck! No! Shit!
All right, see you weirdos later.
Player 2 is a complete meltdown/identity crisis as player 1 leaves set and goes back to his hotel. It's a short walk, but he takes an Uber because it's pretty hot outside, and nobody really walks around here. It's more of a car city. Fiend scene.
It feels a little bit like it's based on me and Tom. But also feels like player 2 could just be like a dog that got put into human form.
Directed by Luca Guadagnino.
I do love hitting that damn green ball. It's
Like player 2 is like how Bo is anytime he sees any person or dog. Just anyone that's not me or you, and he's like, I hate them, I must bark at them nonstop.
I do like how I don't know, it's like a weird mix of like, I follow the NFL. Those guys are full of steroids. They're completely insane. But there is a particularly insane thing about tennis players. Like, they're fucking out there. They're alone. They're out there for 5 hours just slowly losing their minds, screaming at themselves on, like, global television. And then when they lose a big match, they then have to make a speech to the crowd.
Oh, it's
alone.
so...
Like,
It's
if you
so mean.
Oh, if you could design a sport to drive someone insane, it would be tennis.
Yeah.
Like, they're just the weirdest fucking people.
I played tennis in high school.
Did you really?
I did.
Were you like,
Wow.
I mean, everyone's a head case in tennis, right? Like,
Yeah.
Because I've never come close to playing competitive, but like when you're competitive, like, are you just sitting on the bench, just like, fucking, they're killing me out there? Like,
No, I had to play doubles because I
Yeah.
wasn't good enough to be in the singles category. And it was like, when you're in the doubles portion, you're teamed up with like one person for the entire season. So it was like me and Remy Vochtenheim. That was her real name. I don't know if I'm using it. And it was like me and Remy would never have ever interacted in any other capacity in any other I don't know, like we had absolutely zero in common, and then we were like forced to spend like 2 hours a day together every single day, and we were like, okay,
Yeah, that's a
I don't know, it was a
yeah.
weird dynamic. We were like, we must get along and
Yeah.
like kind of weirdly be friends, and then we would pass each other in the hallways at school and be like, no.
right.
Yeah,
Nah.
my freshman year of high school in tennis, we didn't have a lot of people that were good, and so I got paired up in doubles with like a senior, and she was just like, all right, but it was like this girl who was like, she like did like cheerleading and was like one of the like rich like pretty girls in my school, and I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to get along with this? Like
Remy was
broad?
gorgeous. Remy was gorgeous. Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And it's like we had such a weird season. And now there's a street in our city named after her because she was on Survivor.
Did she win?
She won.
No.
She didn't win.
She didn't even win. She got a street named after her.
Wow.
Wow.
She was on the Beauty and Brawn season as one of the beauties.
That's insane.
Man, they've really perverted
Does
game
that give
shows.
you a better idea of
The-
what I was dealing
Well,
with?
because deep pandemic, I watched almost all of Survivor with my roommates, and 2000s had some wild ones. They had one that was blue collar versus white collar
Oh,
versus
no.
pink collar,
Oh,
they-
my God.
which is like
yeah, like yoga instructors.
what for
Yeah, pink collar.
pink collar was like what they considered pink collar was a lot of like influencers and like
Yeah, yeah.
people with 21st century jobs or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But like pink collar is pretty malleable because I think it technically is like retail or whatever. But the real one was they straight up had a race season where they broke everyone up because it was that like 2004
where
era
anything could happen on reality TV.
where it was like culturally it's still the 90s and we don't have social media, so we're still doing shit like that. All right, nice. We're doing Emerald Thursdays. Let's have Hal, you play Michael.
Okay.
Caitlin, you play Steven. And John, you're Joe. Ooh. We're watching Michael and Steven, two bald guys with negative charisma, plod their way through an ad being filmed by their nephew, who's currently suspended from high school.
Hi. Hello there. I'm Michael Pierce Esquire.
And I'm Stephen Pierce Esquire.
And we don't know what Esquire means.
I'm pretty sure it means we're from noble blood.
Anyway, you ever been to a restaurant and not understood the menu?
Ever put on tiny glasses and pretend that's why you don't know what you're ordering? Because your glasses are too small?
Well, we sure as shit have. That's why we opened up a brand new restaurant to fight back these creeps.
Introducing Emerald Thursdays.
We hear the sizzle of a fajita platter, or that sound you make when someone gets insulted really good.
All right. So we have meals so friggin' good, they'll make your Michelin tires fall off.
We got a duck sauce creme brulee, but there's no duck.
Instead, it's a seagull, the duck of the sea.
Every other duck in the ocean is way out of their fucking lane.
Yeah. Get back in the fresh water, you flat-billed moron.
Anyway, we got a squid ink burger, but get this, it's actually just a normal burger covered in regular ink. Was that a character choice, or are you just like
No,
reacting
that
to
was me
the?
Pardon me. Sorry.
Anyway, we got a squid ink burger, but get this, it's actually just a normal burger covered in regular ink.
From a Bic pen. We got a really good deal with the guy at Office Max.
We also have a salad bar that doesn't have a sneeze guard because growing up, no one ever said bless you when I sneezed.
And it didn't kill anyone who wasn't already dead.
Yeah, get off our goddamn back.
Also, the salad bar is unlimited. And when we say unlimited, we mean unlimited.
The tone becomes noticeably darker, and that weird THX / David Lynch movie synth thing starts happening. Boom. Stephen and Michael get sweatier and more scared.
You do not have to hire a lawyer to justify staying in our restaurant for days at a time.
Yeah, because you ordered the unlimited salad bar.
Now we are going to want you to keep munching lettuce.
You can also go out into the parking lot and shadow box for a while.
Yeah, we understand that the salad bar is really exciting.
Here at Emerald Thursdays, my estranged aunt shows up all the time. And let me tell you, we are still estranged.
The thing about the unlimited salad bar is everyone has unlimited access.
People are always running in here when pursued by the law.
The reason they run in here is because of something called salad bar asylum.
It's pretty much what it sounds like.
Just ask our longtime customer, Motorola Joe.
The boys are joined by Motorola Joe, a shadow boxing champ. He has defeated all the shadows, yet continues throwing jabs while he talks.
Thanks, brothers Esquire. This is the place to eat. Has been the place to be ever since I was chased here by federal marshals. What was it, 2021?
We don't know, Motorola. You said you'd be prepared for this commercial.
Yeah, your exact words were, I will be so fucking prepared.
Anyway, I came in here, and those guys with the windbreakers on, the ones that say, like, DA or whatever, they were chasing me through the produce section.
A lot of people got really hurt.
I was also thinking about how you guys have the same last name, Esquire. I think that means you're immune from the law.
Wow, Motorola. What's your basis for that claim?
Like maybe all the poisonings and the ongoing siege with the federal government.
Hey, relax. These are siege conditions, mostly because we have the mayor's entire family hostage in the meat freezer.
Michael tries to get things back on track.
So come out to Emerald Thursdays in our unlimited, legally inadmissible salad bar.
Yeah, we have the most searched salad bar in the entire state.
And more importantly, I don't know what's out there for me.
Besides certain death, nothing much, Motorola Joe.
They all share a heartwarming, this is where we die kind of laugh.
Nothing much at all.
Fiend scene! It's a normal restaurant ad. Where the salad bar is international waters.
And another John character that ends up just being Al Pacino.
I couldn't quite do with Motorola Joe. I feel like he had it in the moments, but it wasn't quite Pacino-esque character. You know?
But it was there, you know. It was getting there. It was pretty much there.
It was forced. It was very forced.
It was definitely like a 90s Donnie Brasco, like more, you know, that era of Pacino where he's like a real down on his luck, kind of like, you know, over the hill, still got it kind of figure,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
If I put my sunglasses on, though, that's when I would have nailed it.
yeah, that is your process. I did see that episode of your Inside the Actors Studio.
Yeah, when I have 10 pairs of sunglasses in front of me.
yeah.
Well, Mr. Lipton, depends on what kind of sunglasses I wear.
He's a method actor. His method is putting on sunglasses.
Sir, this movie is in space. You don't need the sunglasses.
Well, Stella Adler back in 79 told me.
Me and Dusty, that's what I call Dustin Hoffman. We were roommates in a railroad apartment. We were off Broadway in Connecticut, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Rochelle.
You did come up with a lot of the greats, right, John? Like
yeah,
you,
great, yeah.
you know all those guys back from USC Film School in like the 60s.
Michael Douglas.
Yep,
You know,
Douglas
Kirk
Michael.
You know, all of them.
Machines.
Machines. Dane DeVito.
Danny DeVito.
Jack. You know, Jack was.
Oh, Jack.
You know.
You can't say enough or too little
You
about
know.
him. You know, it's both ways with Jack.
There's a reason why he sits courtside. And it's not because it's bad.
Oh, Nicholson? Okay.
Yeah. We're talking about Jack, you know? Like,
Oh, you're on a first name basis.
Yeah. Also, I was talking about the hit film Jack, starring Rob Williams.
Okay.
directed by Francis Ford Coppola.
Get out of here! I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, the director of The Godfather also directed Jack.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, the movie where adult child Robin Williams falls through a treehouse. That's the big set piece.
You know.
Francis Ford Coppola's Jack.
No, I did suggest to Francis that he should put Robin Williams in The Godfather.
Oh, yeah.
As the Al Pacino character, and he didn't. He said no, and I said, "You get the fuck out of my office."
I'd watch that for sure.
No disrespect to Robin Williams, but God, that movie would have fucking sucked.
What do you mean? It would have been
What?
great. He's Italian.
Yeah, look at those
a
forearms.
different movie, that's for sure.
Sure would have.
Robin Williams is like obviously magnificent actor with all his charisma and everything, but Robin Williams I think like elevates bad movies in a way that I think might be detrimental to the culture. like it's part of my like overarching theory that Good Will Hunting fucking sucks. And like not that it's overrated or that it's like it's just that it's bad. And I didn't think that growing up until one time I watched it again and I was just like this is I don't know, there's just like this guy's a genius, but he's tortured. And then Robin Williams does a great job making you cry when he says it's not your fault. That's what I mean. Like without Robin Williams, I think everyone would just be like, "Oh, this blows," you know, like, this is bad.
I like that movie because it's like men go to therapy successfully. I think that's so rare in a movie.
It is probably rare too that it's a movie about therapy where like I don't think there's any insane malpractice.
Yeah.
Like there's like they almost get in a fight once, but you know what I mean? Like every time there's therapy, it's always like a Sopranos thing where you're just like, well, you should lose your medical license.
Yeah.
Like
I was thinking about this recently. Do you feel like therapy is just becoming too convenient of a film and TV tool, I guess?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you go and exposit.
It's
Yeah.
just like
Right,
I was like
right.
every show has therapy in it. I feel like now, and I'm like, but I guess it is like so easy to just like put the main character in a room and have them talk about everything, you know?
Yes.
it feels like a slow slide from the 90s or I guess 2000s when someone being in therapy was like a comedy plot point.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Sopranos, gangster in therapy, analyze
Yeah.
this, like Gross Point Blank, one of my favorite movies. It's like a hitman who's in therapy. Ooh, like
Yeah.
which is I appreciate the bit, and now it's just turned into everyone in therapy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Every character is just explaining their
Yeah,
whole
it's
deal.
just too easy now.
Yeah, let's do another sketch. We'll work out our issues that way. I know that I do. Everything is just right when I'm thinking about Dracula. Okay.
Just writing
Ooh.
sketches in your room and coming out every 10 minutes to thread and bow.
Well, but sometimes I run the sketches by you, right?
And then sometimes you do that.
And then I threaten the dog. Yeah, we have a very balanced home life.
Poor Bobo.
Okay. Kaylin, you play car dealer. Hal, you're Mr. Johnson. And John, you're Tony. Ooh. A luxury foreign car is the hot air balloon of the road. They run off a lot of helium. An angry man walks into a foreign car dealership.
Mr. Johnson, back so soon? I just sold you that fire truck red Ferrari.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to trade that in. Doesn't do it for me anymore.
Mr. Johnson, that car was a special order.
Well, I have a special order. It's calling my lawyer on you. That's the order.
Let's not get my dad involved in this. Plus, you and I both know you need an actual reason to trade in a Ferrari.
All right. Because of that car, I've had to do a couple of shifts as a firefighter, and I can't do it anymore. Last week, I had to drive some people to the hospital. Women kept coming up to me and snapping my suspenders, and I have a trunk full of goddamn chili.
The fire department? I gotta call my manager.
The car dealer picks up a red phone that doesn't have any buttons, mumbles a few things, and puts the phone back on the receiver. A man in a suit walks in.
Mr. Johnson, or shall I call you Firefighter Johnson?
Good one, Jim.
Cut the shit, Tony. Are you going to help me or not? How many Ferraris have I bought from you?
Last year, only 20. Must have been an off year for you.
Are you going to fucking help me or not?
Well, Mr. Johnson, from what I understand, your Ferrari has been turned to a municipal vehicle, and it's June.
Who cares what month it is?
Well, June is almost summer in Europe, and you drive an Italian car. That fire truck red vehicle is accustomed to having a summer-long vacation. It's going to be pretty pissed when it's putting out fires in July.
Okay, I'm reading this line as written.
No, read it correctly. Sorry. Read it the right way.
No.
Oh, fuck.
Come on. It's just car. All right, take two. It's been corrected.
Yep.
Come on, it's just a car. Can't get mad.
No, it's supposed to be a babe magnet, and you fucked up by having your car take the civil service exam. That drops the Kelly Blue Book value of the vehicle.
There's only 3 of these in the world.
Actually, there's 2.
Even better.
That's the thing. It's covered in soot when it should be covered in olive oil.
How much we talking?
He would have to crunch the numbers.
Then start fucking crunching.
I'll be right back.
Tony leaves the room. He quickly returns holding a car tire.
Your car's worth this much.
Cut the shit. My car isn't worth just Ferrari tires.
You're right. This is Toyota Corolla ball tire. Take it or leave it.
Looks like you'll be hearing from my attorney.
Looks like you'll be driving the Court and Audi, the official car of the Dust Bowl.
I'll start the paperwork.
Look, if I don't come back with a Ferrari, my plumber will laugh at me.
Sounds like a you problem. I only deal with Ferrari problems. If you want a Ferrari, I can get you a Ferrari.
I have a Ferrari.
No, you have a fire car.
I'm out of here.
Well, go say hello to the gang down the station for me. And don't forget the food this time.
Tony has a Tupperware container full of pasta and meatballs.
Give me the fucking spaghetti.
Fiend scene.
It's just car.
It's just car.
It's just car. It's
But-
just car.
By the way, if you guys ever want to know what it feels like to be a hot girl, go to a car dealership. Like you're going to buy a car. Because they treat you like a hot girl. I went into a Toyota to get a part for my car, and I went in the wrong side where you like buy cars, you know? And they're like, hello, and like opening the door for me, and they're like giving me snacks, and I was like, so where's the service? And they were like, oh. And then they like sent me to the other side, and I feel like I was like walking from like sun to shadow, you know what I mean? And then I get to the other side, they're like, what do you want?
They took the snacks back.
Spit out the goldfish.
Yeah, those are Toyota branded.
Oh, dude, actually, they had some sick Toyota merch.
Oh, yeah, what
They
they
had
have.
this really cool like
Starter
coach-
jacket.
Yeah, like a starter jacket, like a Letterman-looking jacket. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And like this really cool like baby blue like hat, like a almost like a 5-6 panel with like I don't know.
I did see that because we were trying to get the gas cap replaced, and I did see that like all the dealerships are still closed on Sunday, which just like feels like such a nice thing for a retail job to be like, well, you know, I'm just harassing people who walk in and desperately trying to sell cars, but I get my Sundays.
Yeah. The Lord's Day.
Mhm.
That's why they're closed on Sunday. It's sinful to sell someone a car like that.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
deceitful.
Herb Chambers respects God.
Yeah, you want to do that on the internet. Well, there's no God.
Go through Carvana.
Carvana, more like devil on. Am I right, folks? All right, I'm gonna go kill myself.
I did like that they built like a skyscraper right in the middle of Boston, and I was like, oh wow, it's like an actually kind of cool, relatively like interesting piece of architecture. And then I just saw car gurus go over it.
It's the worst
Yeah,
logo too.
And I love that you just see it and you're like, oh, some Silicon Valley bullshit that we probably don't need to have going on. You can,
They'll fold in like half a year, so don't worry.
yeah. And then that building will slowly just become like worse and worse. Like
They put a yogurt shop in the base of it, so it's
Yeah.
already it's functioning as something.
yeah, they put one sweet green and then there's like 40 floors of empty.
yeah.
That's mixed use zoning. That's
Yeah. It's fucking up the skyline, you know.
yeah.
There's a guy I went to high school with, and I think he still sells cars or whatever. You know, he works at a dealership, and he's constantly going on rants on Facebook against Carvana. Like, as he's like, it's not right. Like, you need to buy your car from someone that knows cars. And it's like, dude, you sell cars. Like, fuck off. Like, you might as well be a door-to-door. You know what I mean? Like, you're not. It's not like you're like a doctor being like, don't get advice from WebMD. Like, you know, it's okay. He's a loser.
That'd be funny if he started calling Carvana the WebMD.
I need to diagnose the kind of car. I'm like a doctor of.
Yeah.
This is just your idea of
Yeah.
like what a car salesman is.
There's a sketch in here somewhere.
Yeah, a car salesman is the doctor of having a car.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like a sketch you guys would write.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna ask Hal. You want to chat about some Little Life, right?
Oh yeah, I wanted
Oh
to see
my
if
God.
if you'd go on your rant about it.
Okay, so
Little Life is a book.
A Little Life is a novel written by Hanya Yanagihara. I hate it so much. I am convinced it is fan fiction with the serial numbers filed off. I think it is Sherlock fan fiction or supernatural fan fiction because Hanya is about the age to have written that type of fan fiction.
Oh, that's damning to be like you wrote this off a TV show or what, or like you.
I think
fan
so.
fic?
The reason I think this is it's based on like four men, and it's like Bildungsroman of like it starts with these guys in college, and it just like it follows them throughout adulthood, and then like one of them just comedically tragic things keep happening to this fucking guy over and over again.
And it's only comedic because it's so tragic,
it's
right?
so
It's so over
there's
the top.
one
Yeah.
point where like he's gay and his boyfriend assaults him. I don't know if I can say it on whatever.
Yeah.
Assaults him and then throws him down the stairs and is like making fun of his disability the entire time, and I laughed during it because it's so fucking over the top.
Yeah, it is.
And like at one point he gets his legs amputated and he like tries to commit suicide at one point, and then his boyfriend dies in a car crash and then he finally commits suicide. Spoiler alert, I don't care, fuck this book. And then like the book still isn't over, and the like last fucking part of the book, it's just all his friends talking about how great he is and like, oh, he's a tortured genius. I fucking hate it. It's like, you know, when you read fan fiction and just bad things keep happening to their favorite character because they want to read about their favorite character going through hard shit over and over and over again. That's what this book is. I hate it so much.
I mean, he just goes through one like terrible thing after another.
It's so comedic. Like, people in war zones don't have lives like
But
this.
it's
sorry.
like so extreme. The most extreme. Pretty much all have pretty tragic stories. But yeah, it's
not
just
as
like,
tragic as this one guy who's
the
definitely your
main-
favorite character. I think he's Watson. I don't know.
This
Yeah.
all happened to Sherlock Holmes too. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this. The Hounds of Baskerville, right?
But yeah, it's like I mean, people fucking loved this book.
Do
but
they
it's
do
so
they do they love it in a way where they're like, this is serious, like this is good,
Yeah,
Yes.
good,
take
good
it-
literature,
yes,
like
yeah.
She is a decent. She's good at the act of putting words in front of each other
Yeah.
and then after each other. She's very good at that.
yeah.
But if you like strip it down to the actions of what is actually happening in this book,
Yeah.
it sounds insane when I'm repeating the plot points out loud to you, doesn't it? Viewer at home,
Well, it's like
doesn't it sound stupid?
I will
Yeah.
say, like, there is a style of like popular but like, you know, high-minded quote unquote literature that is someone who's very good at writing a story that is bullshit. Like my version of that growing up was John Updike. Was like I read like 3 John Updike books because they kept hearing how great he was, and he's a great writer. Like you read the page and you're like, oh, the words, it's a journey, but it's just like a 40-year-old man who's like horny for teenagers, and you're like, this is terrible. Like,
Yeah,
this
like,
is bad.
I feel like this book
it's
should
just
be like
readable.
This is
the-
worse. This is worse.
Yeah, it should. I feel like this book should be like the case study for like the trauma porn thing.
It's trauma porn.
Ugh.
Yeah, because it's like people. I mean, it's like super popular. Like it's on all kind. Like I got a list of from Brookline Booksmith, and it was like on their list of like favorite books that year. Like people actually really like
It's been
it.
on there for years.
Yeah,
Years.
but I'm just like, I think people just want to fucking read.
Tom is side-eyeing me right now.
No, no,
care.
I like it.
I don't
like,
care.
I like hating. No, I love hating
Like
stuff.
I think they just want to like read super sad shit and don't realize that it's not okay to do. You know what I mean? Like it's so not good for you to just read fucking like. I feel like you got to look in the mirror and be like, why did I like that so much? You know what I mean?
Because you're horny for it.
Yep.
You're
Which-
horny
Yeah.
which
for
was a load-bearing point of being Catholic for a long time, was just being like, bad
Yeah,
things
yeah.
happening to people.
I
You're
know.
horny for your like tortured genius character getting
Yeah.
tortured over and over, and then his hot boyfriend curing him over and over until his boyfriend dies or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was
Fuck this.
I was thinking about it because I'm reading
spitting while I'm talking. I'm so emotional.
I was thinking about it because I'm reading it right now, or I'm not reading that. I'm reading another book right now that's like super depressing, but it's like I'm reading it and I'm like, I guess this like story has like a good point to it. Like there's a reason for
What is
like
it?
Demon Copperhead.
I really like that book.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is. I understand why you're bringing it up in relation to this, but yeah.
It's
No,
like a-
I like
it's
it.
a good example
I'm saying
of
I'm
that,
saying
yeah.
it's like it has like a purpose for the
Yeah.
you know, whereas like that book it was like this is just depressing to be depressing. Also, if you read her interviews, it does not help her case because like she's like, I think therapy is bad and I don't think it actually helps
the reason
people.
why she did that is because she wrote fan fiction with the serial numbers filed off, and then it got published, and she had to come up with a
Yeah.
reason why her character doesn't go to therapy. And she can't be like, well, it's fan fiction. So
Yeah,
she's like,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
believe in therapy. I think some people are just lost causes. She can't do that. She can't go like, oh, it's Watson. And I was horny the entire time I wrote it. She can't do that. So she's like, it's an exploration of like how therapy doesn't work.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in therapy. She can't do that.
Follow the
You know.
fanfic. There we go.
Follow the
Fucking
fan. It's
find
fan
that lady.
fiction.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
that deep.
yeah, fucking
It's
take
not
her
that
out.
deep.
Let's do
So-
the next sketch.
Cut her off.
I can't wait to file some serial.
Speaking of which, this is an excellent segue.
Into this is a very Zack Norton tinged energy we have right now. Going right into a Zack Norton original. Hating stuff is so much fun. I love hating on stuff. This one is called 3 a.m. Perfect. Let's see. Okay, Caitlin, you play therapist. Hal, you play patient.
The role I was born for.
And John, you're Danny. The therapist's office is where psychoanalytical herd immunity begins. This sheep of a patient is going to get owned. Therapist already thinks this guy can't afford the time.
You're already looking at the clock. Is everything okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at the clock is my thing. I said that in the intro form.
Yep, I am totally reading it right now. Never mind. So, what brings you in here? Do you have any goals or issues you want to address?
Yeah, man. For starters, I need to stop being delusional that I have everything figured out.
Okay, that sounds like a healthy goal.
Specifically at 3 a.m. That's when I'm a real prick about it.
Why do you think it's 3 a.m. specifically?
Well, it's after the witching hour, so there's no chance of warlocks or anything spooky.
Okay, sure.
Also, it's private. Nobody annoying ever bugs you. Ever get a text at 3 a.m., they're usually good.
Okay, so privacy is important to you.
It's paramount to me. You could call it Paramount Plus.
The studio audience, silent until now and silent forever after, starts booing and raising the roof like crazy.
Then it's probably best that I describe my method. So my technique is to take any idea you have and drill through it.
Yeah, 3 a.m. rocks, so I distrust you and all the bullshit you're saying.
Did something happen to you at 3 a.m.?
Nothing, probably. It's just a cool time. Don't you have one? An hour you think is cool as hell?
Therapist has taken off their glasses and is rubbing the bridge of their nose with a heavy sigh, which is a therapist's cry for help.
7:30 p.m., because that's when reruns of Seinfeld air on cable television affiliates.
Holy shit. That is a great time and reason.
So why 3 a.m. for you?
Fucking rocks. Everyone is asleep or waking up to take a piss in the middle of the night.
Therapist desperately tries to relate to their own experience to their weird client. Oh God, there's still 45 minutes left in this session.
So, my Seinfeld reruns for you, that's people taking a piss.
Yeah, and if you take a shit, it's like a Newman episode.
What? I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
3M has my father's late night reruns with piss. It's before the birds start chirping. 4 a.m. can suck it.
You have negative feelings about 4 a.m.?
I told you this last time. What the hell am I paying for here?
I can give you drugs if there's a sleeping issue going on.
You will give me drugs, but not until I finish talking about 3 a.m.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, what else about it?
Okay. It rules. You can do anything then. You can clean up after a New Year's party. You can start a weird movie on the Criterion channel and impress a significant other with your mania.
This is good. I think this, you're making progress, I guess.
Not the progress I'd be making if you'd meet with me at 3 a.m.
You have a severe mood disorder.
Suddenly and dramatically, a shadowy figure steps forward from the shadows. Therapist bolts up and backs away, totally freaked out.
Hey, leave him alone. His ideas are really cool.
Who the fuck are you?
Relax. That's my sleep paralysis demon, Dan.
Yeah, chill out. You're being very weird right now. Everyone calls me Danny.
Huh, it's true that I'm freaking the fuck out right now, so maybe it's me?
Look, the point is, the Drew Carey Show is on the USA Network at 9:30 on Tuesdays.
That's a great point. See? He makes great points.
All you have to do is stay up for 5 hours after, ruminating about 90s TVs, and boom, it's 3 a.m. and you're rocking with this guy.
I'm a cool guy. My therapist says so.
You have a therapist?
Yeah. It's a sleep paralysis devil.
I think I'm having a psychotic episode.
Oh, that's for sure. You're on my level. Sorry, take two. Oh, that's for sure. You're on my level now. And that level.
There's a ding as an egg timer goes off. Everyone looks at the clock. Somehow, the presence of Dream Satan has sped up time, and it's now the most special time of the evening.
It's 3 a.m., motherfucker. Let's get weird.
Therapist looks left, looks right, and then up to the ceiling because God has an office 1 floor up.
No!
Hey, don't be weird. We're cool guys.
Yeah, they probably have Seinfeld on streaming. Relax.
Fiend scene.
Yeah, that was a Zack Norton fucking sketch.
I don't like how... So, I was in therapy for a long while, and I don't like how much I channeled myself in therapy playing that character. Like I did that was how I sounded explaining something to my extremely bored therapist.
I feel like when I've been in therapy, my therapists are, and this is not a compliment to me, my therapists are never bored. They were more just like, whoa, man. Like I finished talking and they'd be like, so what do you want from me? It was like always the energy I would get. They'd be like, so that was a lot, and what am I supposed to fucking do? Like, it was basically the same as like talking to a stranger. They'd just be like, yeah, man, sounds like you got a lot of problems. What do you
Yeah, start like getting a new therapist when you have like such a pile of like bullshit and lore you have to get through. Like for them to give her background, they're like, whew.
I finally
like a mechanic.
Sorry.
Like, just get I don't know what you want me to say. Your car's fucked up. There you go. It's gonna cost a lot. I don't know what you want to hear.
That has
It's
actually
gonna
happened
cost
to me.
more to replace the parts than it is to just replace the
You
cartridge.
want to start over? What do you want to do?
I took when I moved to Boston, I had my mom's old Ford Escape that was such a piece of shit, and it finally just like went out, and I took it to the Ford dealership to get fixed, and they took me to this like back like parking lot looking thing, and they're like, this guy trash. He was like, the engine trash. And he just kept pointing to things, tires, trash. And then he was like, and also, there's a lot of trash in the car. He was like, you didn't keep it clean at all. You clearly knew that this car is trash. And I was like, so are you fixing it? Or he was like, no. It's done.
Wow.
He's so dramatic about it.
You didn't tell me that you met one of my cousins. Like,
Man, Henry Ford should have killed that guy.
let's do the last sketch. Speaking of none of this.
Speaking of Henry Ford and family business.
Speaking of family issues, nice. I'm excited for this one. Okay, Hal, you play son. Caitlin, you play dad. And John, you play mom. Ooh. Now, because John goes ooh so much, I just do it in my day-to-day life, and it'll just be like,
Stop doing it.
next turn in 1 mile, I'll be like ooh, like alone in the car. There comes a day in every young man's life when he has to make it on his own. Every family handles this differently. Often, the parents worry about their child and his ability to make it in a crazy world with so many kinds of Hulu subscriptions. Anyway, a father and mother are having a tough kitchen table talk with their 17-year-old son. Everyone is upset.
Mom, I feel like you're not hearing me.
I can hear you fine, Tyler, but I can't believe my ears.
This is serious, Tyler. What you're talking about could affect your future for, well, a very long time.
I'm telling you what my plans are after I graduate. I'm not asking for permission.
Well, then, I don't know why you're telling us.
I tried to explain to my mom before this, like on the phone, what the premise of this was. I was like, we cold read comedy sketches. And then my mom was like, I hate your brother. I'm like,
This is the sketch for her.
oh my God. Okay, sorry. Take two.
Take it from, well, then I don't know why you're telling us. No, it's fine.
Well, then, I don't know why you're telling us.
Because I want you to support me. And I'm going to soccer college, okay?
Mom starts crying into Dad's shoulder. Dad is pissed.
And now your mother's crying. How does that make you feel? Soccer college? What kind of thing is that?
I told you. It's a place where you go to figure out all the coolest soccer moves.
What will I say to our friends?
It's a normal thing to go out and start your own career, especially when it's just about bicycle kicks and sweet jukes.
We always thought you'd go into the family business.
Dad, for the last time, I'm not going to become a carousel salesman.
And why do you say it like that?
Like what?
Like it's beneath you? Why are you above our way of life?
Dad gears up for a big self-righteous speech.
You know, selling carousels is an honorable way of life, and this family has sold large, rotating platforms full of fake animals for generations.
Yeah, Dad, I know about our family business.
But you want to throw it all away for what? Soccer college?
Yes, soccer college is a very respectable way of life.
And what kind of career is that?
I can become a soccer engineer.
Sounds like a bunch of hoo-ha to me.
No, I really could make a living designing new soccer moves like the spin kick or the kick spin or a new way to slide on your knees.
That sounds even more like a load of crap than before.
How will you find a wife doing that?
I'm not going to find a wife selling carousels. The horses are too creepy.
You probably make them seem creepy.
Yeah, why aren't you working on your sales pitch?
Dad, the music alone is enough to scare people.
What's that supposed to mean?
It all sounds like a haunted xylophone.
What's so bad about that? A lot of people like Ghost.
Sure, people are vocally freaked out by the music, but you're going to just throw that in his face?
Mom, Dad, as a soccer engineer, I can help figure out all kinds of moves, like karate chops for goalies or Gatorade dumping the referee.
What about a bunch of horrifying horses that go up and down? Will people take pictures of their kids?
Dad takes umbrage and puffs out his chest. He's also clenching his ass, but you can't see that, hopefully.
Yeah, do you think you're better than people who sell carousels?
Dad, you've never sold a single carousel in your entire life.
That's because I started my career in the 80s. Nobody wanted a carousel back then.
And they still don't want them now. Why is this your job?
He's doing his best, Tyler.
Mom, you own a highly successful law firm. Why are you so obsessed with carousels?
It's important to your father.
Listen, son, your name means something.
Yeah, Dad, I know our last name is O'Carousel.
Oh, my God.
But we're not even Irish.
Not yet. The paperwork is still pending.
Son pivots, making an appeal to his dear mother, who once again owns a highly successful law firm.
Mom, can you talk some sense into him?
We don't want you going to soccer college.
How are you a lawyer?
Lawyers can be dumb, too.
It goes on like this until it's late. Then everyone watches a previously recorded episode of Jeopardy. Scene! That's how it always went in my family. Besides for anyone being a successful lawyer. I think we finished our read, guys. I think we did it.
Wow.
We did
Yeah,
it.
that was the Big Hollywood Table Read. As always, we're so glad you listened. If you're still listening, Hal Griffin, thank you so much for doing the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm sorry I talked so much about a little one.
No,
I'm really
it's
sorry.
great.
It's perfect. This is exactly why we love having you on. Perfect reads, great discourse. Hal is a producer of the Mendoza Line, a comedy show that runs every week on Saturdays at 9 p.m. In Boston at the Dugout Cafe.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, of course. Any other things you're looking to plug? You're trying to drive people to...
Yeah, check out the Model Cafe on Wednesdays if you want to hit up an open mic. If you are willing to experience the grim misery of an open mic in Boston,
I will say
check out the Model.
Because it's sign up at 6, mic at 7, right?
Yes,
So it's
yeah,
my
correct.
favorite. It's my favorite midsummer daylight open mic
Yes.
where the sun isn't even close to setting, and you're like you're
Cash
up there doing
only.
your cash only,
Cash
baby.
only, cash only.
Get that pizza. We love it. We love
$5 pizzas.
we love it. We love the model. We love the dugout, and we love you, the listener, here at the Big Hollywood Table Read. John and Kaylin, I think we did a good job.
I think we did.
Please
did.
like and subscribe.
job.
Tell
Thank
your
you,
friends.
guys.
Tell your enemies. Thank you again, Hal. We love to have you back soon. Yeah, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
Coming back.